Hey everyone, so with me needing to actually put out a video for the first time in 3 weeks because I love traveling, yay, I wanted to do a quick little list. Don't worry, I will have showcases for these two up by, I'd say, probably Wednesday. If not a Popstar Amy showcase by the end of the day today. I wanted to do a little list of something that came to my mind while I was in the Discord server and chatting it among other people. If you know who you are if you're watching this video. Yeah, so this is a list of the top 10 most annoying characters in my opinion, but also I feel like this is something that is relatively shared across the community. But yeah, so I don't want to like dwell on this. You probably know how top 10s work. This is the most annoying character. This is the 10th most annoying character, and these are some honorable mentions. So let's just get into it. For the honorable mentions, I put these three together. These aren't ordered, at least honorable mentioned isn't. Honorable mentions aren't, I'm sorry. I put these three because they disable items. And then Whisper, hold on, I need to actually add Lucky Whisper. Where is she? There she is. I put these three because they disable items, but they're not like as overwhelmingly bad as the two other ones that will be on here, yes. And then I put these two here because of the speed of their projectiles, which is also something that I think probably my top 3 will have in common. But yeah, so these 3 disable items, I feel like I don't need to say why item disabling is just so annoying. You literally can't do anything except for dodge. It's just very annoying. They're just not, the only reason they're not in the top 10 is because there's other characters that are just much more annoying. And then these two, their items just come out so quick. Thank God they aren't, like, stunning you and then, like, blinding you like someone else on this list. Someone else that will be on this list. I don't know, maybe you could guess. It's not like I'm swirling my mouse around them. Anyways, so, yeah. These 5 I just consider generally annoying. But not, like, super duper, like, oh my god, if I see them, I'm going to, like, die. So for number 10, I'm gonna put up 9. Sort of similar to these two. His projectile is just wicked fast. It doesn't do much. It's very similar to, like, lightning, except for that it doesn't have a multi-pickup, but it does go multiple times and it's very fast. But like, pair that with ridiculously good stats and one of the best traps in the game in Explosive Mines, you have a pretty annoying character if he's in, like, second and right behind you. If he's, like, tailing you, it's essentially over. Because he has, like, all the tools to go from right behind and second to first. It gets really annoying, but outside of, like, second or third, he's not going to be doing that much. So that's why he's all the way at number 10 instead of maybe higher. So for number 9, I'm going to put Movie Tales. This one might be a little low, and I'm doing this on the fly. There's no script, so I'm definitely going to maybe change things up a little bit as we go through. But item disabling with an AoE item that also, like, speeds him up, it's insane. Otherwise, he doesn't really do much, but EMP boost is just so stupid, and, like, why does it exist? Why? Yeah, he's just, like, overall a very annoying character to sort of deal with. But if he's, like, in first, then you basically have nothing to worry about. You could snipe him with, say, Rockstar Rouge, and you basically be good. Now, number 8, this is also a pretty low one, but I feel like in comparison to what the other characters on this list do, he's not that annoying. So Infinite is an interesting case where his effect is so awful, you literally can't do anything like at all for a decent amount of time. And it used to be like he was number 1, but now he's like, kind of sucks. So, because he isn't like the best, that sort of like punches him down a lot. So that, what am I saying? It sort of like slots him down compared to others who maybe don't have this like uber mega busted effect, but do like more. Like, they're just more annoying. So Infinite's definitely annoying. His effect is like insane, but it's not release. He's not like canceling you out like every single match. He's not like insufferable anymore. So for number 7, I'm actually going to do a 2-way tie up here. Notice how 2 out of the 4 challenges are here. That is not the last you'll see of them. It's a 2-way tie between these 2. Now, maybe Jet less so. Maybe he deserves to go into honorable mentions. But I think that Slowdown is like very powerful. At least right now in its like unchanged state, where it slows you down a lot. It does a lot to slow you down. It's not like you're going a little tiny and bit slower. No, you're actually gonna be like stranded. And especially with like these 2, they have multi-pickup on their slowdown items. So it gets like, if you have one of each in these matches and they're like above level 5, it gets to the point where it's gonna be very hard to stay at your top speed. Not to mention those items also do like a pretty decent amount of stun, so they're definitely annoying, but not like, definitely I think that Slowdown right now is above Infinite's effect, but not like it's not like the top 3 where it's like, oh my god, I'm gonna like die. Now, for number 6, I'm going to grab anyone with a Hedge Maze effect. So that would be Boss Cage, Spring Cream. There's probably more than I'm forgetting, but I'm not going to list them. Purely because, oh my god, it's like, you get hit with these like almost impossible to dodge items, and then like you get slowed down to the point of which like your boost is doing nothing. It is so annoying, and like there's basically nothing you can do. It's not worst of the worst, but it gets to be very, very bad. Again, Slowdown is probably one of the worst or not one of the worst in this case, it's the best. One of the worst to deal with is sort of what I mean. It's the best, or one of the best status effects in the game right now, just because of how crucial it is to be able to sort of gain that starting speed above your opponents. Slowdown is just like so much to bear. So entering the top 5, this is where things will probably start to look pretty familiar. Now, Rusty might be a little bit low, but I feel that she has very busted tools, but she's not like, I don't know how to say it. It's sort of like, it's not as annoying per se. Definitely very annoying, but not like I want to like eat my heart out because of how awful it is. So, Rusty, the thing that she does is she stuns you for very long periods of time, but her stun is pretty easy to dodge. Like, as long as you're pretty conscious as to where your opponents are and where Rusty is, at least relative to you, you're not going to get hit by the stun. If you are, yes, it's awful. She's probably the most annoying character in the game. But, like, outside of that, like, if she's not getting clean hits on you, she's basically doing nothing. Especially with her boost, which, yes, it's being exploited and it needs to be fixed. But outside of that, it doesn't really do much. It's a pretty bad boost. So she doesn't really have all the kit items. I'd say maybe some other characters do to make her, like, super duper annoying. But she is very annoying. Especially if you're fighting someone that knows how to use her, like, really, really well. At number 4, I put the supers. I personally don't find that much... I don't find myself getting annoyed at supers that much, but I can definitely see... I've definitely had those moments where, yeah, supers in 4th place, I'm totally gonna win, and then you're right at the finish line and they're already in 1st. So, super boost, I'm gonna go out of pocket and say it needs a buff, because all 3 of these characters are, like, extremely bad for what they're supposed to be. But super boost can still do work, and it is very annoying when, like, you're at the very end and you're like, sure, you've gotten it. You've gotten the win, and then super just pulls up right behind you. That's very annoying because you know, I was right there. Yeah, it definitely does suck. It's not, like, to the extent that it maybe was towards their peak, like, last balance patch, but it's definitely up there. For number 3, I'm surprised I haven't actually, like, gone without contradicting myself. I'm going to put Percival and especially Tangle. Actually, I'm going to put Percival in honorable mention. She isn't as bad. But these two do the same thing in that they have an item, a multi-pickup item that can be used to give you short amounts of boost. Now, for Percival, this isn't the worst. I actually don't think she has a multi-pickup. So, it's like, she's not getting that much speed. It's a lot easier to deal with. With Tangle, her entire moveset is her one item that boosts her. And it's so annoying, and it's the worst designed character in the game. The only thing keeping her from being, like, number 1 is that number 2 and number 1 especially are just, like, almost unplayable because of how bad they are. And speaking of which, we're just gonna go up to number 2. Now, I was circling around her earlier with, like, intense aggression to sort of signal that, like, I'm really annoyed with her. And yeah, I am, but, not number 1. I think at this point, you could probably guess who number 1 is. In fact, I'm just going to move him up because we all know how bad he is. But let's start with the slightly worse version. Unicorn Cream is an unreactable blinding character that does ridiculous amounts of damage and is ridiculously fast. Why? Why? Why is... Her projectile is literally undodgeable. You cannot dodge it unless you are perfectly timed. And by perfect, I mean you probably have like a 3-frame window in order to like actually dodge. It's almost impossible, and she blinds you for super long with a really annoying effect, and she does it constantly and constantly and constantly, and it damages you. It still damages you. Not the boost, because that's still like insane that it's an AoE that covers 3 lanes, and I still don't know how it works. But at least that one no longer does damage. She has a multi-lane projectile that blinds you and is unreactable. Like, do you understand why I hate her? Like, she is so annoying because you can't react to her. If she got nerfed to the point of which her projectile was reactable, and you could like hear it and you had a decent amount of time to dodge it, and it wasn't a multi-lane, like how it should be, then yeah, it would probably be good. She would probably not even be on this list. But right now, as she is, she's just like insufferable to play against. And then you have number 1. Mephiles was a mistake. And I don't mean like any harm or offense to anyone who worked on him, but he was a mistake. He was a wholehearted mistake. His kit is, oh my god, who? Why? Just why? Who thought that this was a good idea? So, for those who are somehow unaware, Mephiles disables your items, not disables, he steals your items, but not, more destroys. Destroys is the right word. He destroys your items with one insanely fast trap that he sends to basically everybody and has a multi-pickup on. His projectile also has the destroy item effect. It's multi-lane and is also a multi-pickup, and it's also impossible to react to, just like Unicorn Cream. And his boost is invincible. And to top it all off, if you get hit by him 3 times, you lose like all of your rings, get like stun locked, and then you basically can't do anything. You've essentially lost. It's like throw away your phone at that point. You've essentially just lost the match. Like, why? Why was this a good idea? Why was Mephiles like approved of? Who thought that this was a balanced, nice inclusion to the game? Again, no offense to whoever created the kit, but oh my god, what were you smoking? Because please pass me some of that. So, yeah, here's the list. We have Mephiles number 1, Unicorn Cream 2, Tangle 3, Supers 4, Rusty 5, Hedge Maze characters 6, I'm probably missing some, but whatever. Slowdown projectile at 7, Infinite 8, Movie Tales 9, and 9 at 10. That sounds weird to say. Maybe I should just switch these two to say that 9 is 9. That'd be a little more confusing. Then honorable mentions is... Oh, I didn't put DJ Vector. Oopsie poopsie. And I was going on at the beginning of the video how he'd be on the list. Yeah, actually in retrospect, he doesn't... Actually, yeah. You know what? Never mind. I'd say sort of the thing with DJ Vector is that he does everything that Punk Zaz, Popstar Amy, and Rockstar Rouge want to do, but better. He has an absurdly long boost, and he disables items better than any other character. Now, is he maybe number 1? No, he's not that level anymore. He definitely was on release, and Punk Zaz was right behind him. But right now, sort of like how he's somewhat out of the meta, he's still there. He's definitely still there. But like, he's just not as big as some other characters. So, yeah. Last minute changes there. This is the final list. Mock me, make fun of me, whatever you want to do. Yeah. If you want to make a list like this, I'll leave the link in the description, and yeah, there's my sort of like fun video for the month, and I'm probably not going to make another one until I finish editing a separate video that's probably going to come out in a few weeks. So yeah, I'll have showcases up for these two probably by Wednesday, and yeah, these are the worst characters to play against in my opinion.